I only see him as Leighton. I forgot his past can still scare people.
Seems like it's still scaring him, too.
That's the problem. Tassin had me debrief him when he came over. It was clear right away that his work for the Dominion, it left him a shell. I've been hoping he can reinvent himself here.
That's a good thing about living on the edge of nowhere. You can leave your past behind.
I told Leighton that. He says it depends on what you've done.
Such as?
He inflicted a lot of pain. Against us. And his own people.
Whatever he did, I still think he deserves another chance.
I'm glad to hear it. Not everyone would.
Was there a price for his second chance?
He gave us years of Dominion intel.
And apparently along the way he fell for you.
I was just doing my job. Debriefing the enemy.
Except now you're married to him.
I saw who he really was. Haunted.
Not exactly love at first sight.
No. But he was haunted by the ghost of the better man he might have been. I've seen that man. It's in him. He grew on me.
He's lucky he found you. I guess it works out for you both.
We share the same flaws, same struggles. And our dinner conversation doesn't freak each other out. But I'm worried about him. More and more, he wants to be alone.
Any idea what's bothering him?
He's talking to himself, sometimes in his sleep. I don't know what it means. I want to help, but he just waves me off.
Well, he seemed okay talking to me.
Maybe this is an opening. I'd really appreciate if you kept at it.
I'll see what I can do. Madam Chronicler.
Ah, you did it.
Did what?
Silenced the heart of rage, my dear. Who'd have thought?
Well, I had help. Alec and Faye.
Who are you serving with modesty? You did a great thing and you must acknowledge it. As my mentor, Nagandel, used to say, you know who Nagandel is, of course.
You've mentioned him once or twice. He was your mentor?
Indeed. He was a master cipher, author, activist, and member of the royal family.
Sounds like quite a guy.
Indeed. And as he used to say, and say to me in particular, let others celebrate your gifts. For what is ordinary to you is a miracle to another.
I guess so.
Things will never be what they were, but they are getting better. And so I shall reward you with the gift of knowledge, of course.
Of course.
I'd like to present you with an old favorite of mine, the Freelancer 3. It's about as famous as you will be.
Thanks very much for the book, Madam Chronicler. And now I should get going. See ya.
See ya? Yeah. You can't muster a better goodbye than that.
Ah. I believe I can. May bright skies overhead shine light upon your paths, madam.
Bit overboard, perhaps.
I'll keep working on it.
Goodbye, Freelancer.
Goodbye.
Hey, I was hoping you'd drop in.
Here I am.
Remember I told you about Karila and that package, and you said I should help her out and hold it for her?
Yeah?
Okay, so I got the package, and a little later, this guy shows up and pulls a knife on me. Tells me to sit down and starts tearing my place apart, looking for the package. I'm scared, so I sit there until he rips the bedspread my mom made for me. My blood starts boiling, so I rush him. He tries to stab me, but I just drop my shoulder and drill him. We both go down hard. I jump up to get the hell out of there, and that's when I realize he's not moving. He's not breathing, and his head is at a real weird angle. So now I got a dead guy and a package in my apartment, and I don't know what to do!
Go directly to the Sentinels and tell them what happened.
Yeah, good thinking. I owe you big time.
Don't wait. Go now.
Aruna.
Freelancer. Doing well? Lots of talk about you around town.
Nice things, I hope.
Mostly complimentary. Though I do wonder if the tales have grown in the telling. Apparently, you're the best at, I believe the phrase is, six punching.
Six punching is one of my many skills.
Right below javelin sky zooms and pew-pew projectiles?
You're making fun.
No!
What have you been up to?
Taking a few days off. Checking messages from Anthem. I've got another expedition lined up after that.
What is it you actually do? Matthias said you knew things about reality.
Sort of. I study the effects of conflicts between the Anthem of creation and Shaper constructs.
Meaning?
My theory is that the Anthem is like a river, carving the landscape as it rushes on. Shaper constructs are dams built to harness that awesome power for... well, we don't know. And where the river meets the dam, chaos, turbulence.
You study that turbulence.
Exactly.
That's a really interesting way to put it. Never thought of it that way.
Oh, I've come up with various analogies to explain things to people who aren't Arcanists. You probably have a better understanding of our world than most, being a freelancer.
I protect people from the turbulence. I don't always understand it.
We're two sides of the same coin, aren't we? I observe. I learn why things happen. And you stop people from being washed away when the dam breaks. And they all break eventually.
Tell me about it.
All right. I'm gonna get more tea. Talk to you soon.
Good work putting down that Dominion bastard. Ah, must be nice. Everyone knowing your accomplishments.
Hey, my friend.
Alec? Feeling okay?
Yep, had a bottle of cackleberry wine. Been waiting years to pop it open. Needed the right occasion.
Ah.
Faye calls it truth juice, so I'm waiting here for the truth of life to infuse my brain. Hoping the anthem might sing to me. Anyway, so... I once took a whiz in my javelin.
Alec, I think it's a different kind of truth juice.
Hey, if you gotta go, you gotta go. Made my bladder gladder right there in the suit.
Who hasn't tested the hydraulics out once in a while?
Hydraulics. See? Truth is, I never thought you were funny. At all. Like, ever.
Never.
Nope. But the truthier truth is I like you anyway. You're a good friend. Just don't go telling Halleck I said that.
Feelings mutual. You're not such a bad guy after all.
What? You've been drinking cackleberry wine or something?
Nope. This is me 100% sober.
Huh. We need to change that. Hey, it reminds me. I once took a whiz in my javelin.
So I've heard.
Yeah, but have you heard I'm the Crimson Lancer? Pretty sure they based the whole show on me. Seize your glory, Lancers! Into the maw! Death is just our union with old friends!
It's uncanny.
Right? Don't need wine to see that.
So you found the tomb of Fort Tarsus. I mean, General... Ah, that's where the name is from.
So you're a legend several times over now.
Talking about the Heart of Rage?
Heart of Rage, Cenotaph, sending the Dominion running back to Strawheim. General Tarsus better watch out. You seem to be coming for her most famous Lancer crown. Sorry about that whole thing with Owen. We were so distracted by our own problems, we only just heard.
All accidents are preventable. Anyone who says otherwise... Hello.
Hi, Brundle.
Fair warning. I am in a dark and foul mood.
Any way I can cheer you up?
There's a chance. You could help me with some perspective.
I'll try. What's going on?
My foot traffic initiatives were defeated. I've made 0 progress on the loose cables hazard. And my proposed standing water bylaw is now dead.
That sounds tough. So what's your plan?
My plan is to leave the fort.
If you ask me, I think you should stay.
That's kind of you to say, but my future lies in Anthem.
Why would you move to the capital?
Because it's filled with bureaucrats and politicians who like making rules and consider personal safety a priority. Those are my kind of people.
They are, huh?
It's terrible to admit, but I feel I've wasted my life trying to make this fort a better place to live.
I think you've made this fort better.
Why do you say that?
Because you've always been more than just a safety guy.
That's true. I've always loved maintenance.
Yeah, you've made a real difference there, right?
Well, we've cleaned up the market. We're improving facades, and our horticulturalist has done some lovely planting. You've just made me realize I have made our fort a better place to live.
You sure have.
And I have unfinished business here.
What's that?
The fountain in the courtyard still isn't functioning.
You sound determined.
I am. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a fountain to fix.
So, you're the one after all. I thought it might be you. The Grandmaster talked to you?
I talked to him, yeah. What's this about?
You've been making waves. Opening the gates of the Fortress of Dawn? Not bad. But reaching the inner sanctum? Well, all kinds of wheels started turning in Anthem when you did that.
What do you mean? Why would anybody in Anthem care about me?
I mean that wheels literally started turning inside the palace. Ardenvasa built some device to tell him if a worthy Lancer appeared. I hear it told half the city.
That's huge. And unexpected.
A lot of eyes are watching you now, wondering what you'll do next.
Yes. Well, they're not the only ones.
I can help you with that. I guess it's time to properly introduce myself. I'm the lawkeeper and storyteller for the Legion of Dawn.
The Legion is gone. It broke apart centuries ago.
The Lancers left the path, it's true. But there have always been a few souls tasked with keeping the Legion alive. Ardenvasa left the wheels ready to turn for a reason. The path of the Legionnaire has been waiting, like the doors at the Fortress of Dawn, for a worthy Lancer.
I passed all the tests. I was welcomed into the Legion of Dawn already. Sort of.
The trials proved you're worthy to become a Legionnaire, but you're not one yet. You know the stories of General Tarsus. Do you know the tales of her most trusted counsel?
I've heard their names, children's stories. But I don't think that's what you're asking.
You should know whose footsteps you're following. At the height of the dawn, countless Lancers flocked to the banner of General Tarsus. All who had the heart to fight were given a place. But a few were more than just Lancers. These were the boon companions of Tarsus, walking the path as she did. The Legionnaires.
In the trials, Ardenvasa said something about walking the path, too.
You opened the doors, but it's not enough to pass the tests. You must keep walking, day after day. Arden Vasa, builder of the first javelin, the first emperor. Sanadine, whose swiftness inspired Corvus. Medeiros, Magnastral, and Leotrail the Unbroken. They all had one thing in common. They shared the ideals of Helena Tarsis.
And you want me to do that too?
Follow in their footsteps. Become a legionnaire. So many eyes are watching you. If you can do this, revive the path of the legionnaire, maybe the glory days of the Legion are only beginning. Medeiros was the son of arcanists. He had lived his entire life in a cavern, underground, hiding. At 10 years old, he had never seen the sky, or an Urgoth, or any beast but men. The world was utterly unknown to him, except for tales of horror and woe. But among the stories warning children to hide and obey their parents, Medeiros heard one other, a whispered tale of a rebellion against the Urgoth, and a legion rising to set all people free. So, at just 10 years old, Medeiros left the safety of the Arcanists to find the Legion of Dawn.
His parents couldn't have just let him go, could they?
They forbade him, of course, but he picked his moment and ran away. Raised to be a scholar, he knew how to read the secret signs of the Arcanists. He followed them through the wilds to the Legion of Dawn. Or he tried to, anyway. The Chimera had a different plan.
All right, I'm sure this story doesn't start with a child killed by a Chimera.
That would be a much shorter story than this one. He'd never seen a Chimera. He'd never even seen a Grabbit, but he was a very good student. He learned all the warning signs that he was being hunted, and remembered stories about laying false trails. He led the Chimera on a long and winding path through the rocks, back and forth. He could never shake the creature, but it could never find him. Then, the other hunters came. General Tarsis, in the first javelin ever made. Testing her new armor, she found the Chimera stalking the boy.
Lucky for Medeiros.
No luck about it. Tarsis followed his trail, just as the Chimera did. She was just learning the javelin. No one knew what it could do. Not even the man who made it. Not trusting her suit's strength in a fight with the Chimera, she lured it into chasing her instead. While it ran after Tarsis, Leotrail found the boy and spirited him away to safety.
After all that, he just went home again? It's not much of a story.
I said safety, not home. They took him to their own camp, where the Legion hid at the time. When Tarsis asked where he lived and who his people were, Medeiros replied, "You are my people." The others tried to persuade him to return home, but after a long moment, Tarsis said, "He is home." From then on, Medeiros served as a page to the Legion of Dawn. Eventually, he became a legionnaire himself. But that's another story.
What do you think you're doing? You're damaging those books. Stop that at once.
I need to mark my place.
Don't fold the pages. Use a bookmark like a civilized person.
Bookmarks fall out.
Are you juggling them? No? Then they'll be fine. Use a bookmark.
Sure it's okay. There she is, hero of Fort Tarsus. The heart of rage, no less. I knew you'd bring the thunder.
And some lightning along with it. You know, to make a statement.
You've been listening. Damn, that makes me proud.
You might have rubbed off.
To think, when we first met, the forge wouldn't even work. And now, you tamed the mother of all storms. The freelancers are back, and not even the Anthem's temper can stop them.
Thanks. I'm sure some new trouble is bound to come along.
In this world, I guarantee it. Not a month goes by, I'm not shaking my head at some crazy thing a Shaperonic has done. But I'll feel better knowing the freelancers are back in business.
We wouldn't be anywhere without the guys selling us a little thunder and lightning.
No, I just bottle it. You deliver it.
Well, don't ever stop. We'll need plenty of bottles, I'm sure.
What I wanted to hear.
I'd best get back to it.
Don't be a stranger.
Shop here for all your compound and alloy. That guard in the market, Serna?
You know, you surprised me.
How's that?
I never questioned your battle skills, but your resolve and mental toughness exceeded my expectations.
Thank you, Tassin.
Do you know what I like about you?
My eyes?
What? No, don't be ridiculous. I'm trying to tell you something important.
Sorry, I thought we were connecting.
I admire your loyalty. You stuck by your friends and stayed true to Fort Tarsus.
That's just the kind of freelancer I am.
I agree. Did you know that besides resourcefulness, courage, and intelligence, Corvus values loyalty above all?
I do too.
We may have more in common than you think.
Are you saying I'd make a good spy?
Agent?
Right. Agent.
No. Working for Corvus is a gift. We are the eyes and ears of Bastion, but it comes with risks. Like dying alone, being abandoned by your own government, and in certain times, even reviled as a traitor.
You make it sound so fun.
You joke, but freelancer life can also be unforgiving.
I guess we both have lousy jobs, huh?
Yes, but it's a living.
Did you just crack a joke?
No. I work for Corvus. We never joke.
That's what I thought.
I'll be in touch.
I'm sure you will.
Are you and Jack in some sort of who can be the bigger hero contest?
Now here's where it gets fun. Time to make a statement.
there's a new bakery just opened in the market. I miss the smell of fresh bread.
Patching in our Corvus contact.
Freelancer, name's Seth. I was hoping we could meet in person, but I see you're eager to get started. Corvus has been tracking an Iskari called Skilos. We got to jump on it, but Skilos retreated to these caves. My team's built for ambushes, not sieges.
At least you know your shortcomings.
Skilos is wounded, but there's an entire swarm backing it up. You've got your work cut out for you.
Hope you weren't expecting a covert mission.
I know who are hard.
Better know.
Destroy the alarms or we'll be overwhelmed.
One down.
I don't need a status update every time.
That was for Faye.
Oh.
5 more, Freelancer.
And done.
Thank God, I was getting hungry.
We couldn't have that. He looks friendly.
Does he though?
Nothing but meat and potatoes behind that shield. Stagger him and then dig in.
Interesting metaphor.
Well, I'm hungry.
Can we not talk about food right now?
See? That wasn't so hard.
Says the backseat driver.
Hold on. I'm detecting extremely high energy readings further in.
Damn it, this speeds up our timetable.
Why? What's happening?
There are records of a shape or construct in this area. Just a hunch, but I think Skilos might use it to cause a cataclysm.
Ugh, of course. Corvus doesn't do simple missions.
It's not like I told Skilos the construct was here.
Those javelins. They butchered them.
Wonder what happened to the Lancers.
They're dead.
And you know that how?
Corvus, remember?
Let's just keep moving.
They've gotten the door. Brute force isn't gonna cut it.
Not every problem has to be solved with a hammer. If we restart the power, it should fix itself.
Look for fuel. Scars have almost as much as relics.
Look at all these barrels just lying around.
They could at least organize them.
Yeah, Scars will really do that. Try filling up the pump, Freelancer.
We're in.
Hey, congratulations, you opened the door.
Hey, don't knock the little wins. They're important. For morale. javelin.
Please do.
Where is everybody?
Relieving themselves, considering what's on the menu?
From what we can tell, Scars prefer meat that's gone off.
Why do you know these things? We're locked in.
I found the Scars.
Thanks, Ev. Very helpful.
I've got an idea, but it's definitely not covert.
Told you, not a priority.
And, Freelancer, it might cave you in.
Calculated risk.
The structural integrity of that wall is weak. See those explosives? Blow the damn thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Freelancer, you need to grab the explosives.
Explosives in place.
Wow. Give yourself plenty of time, huh?
It's a default setting.
Focus, please. Explosives primed. Get back, Freelancer.
Way's clear.
And you've still got all your fingers and toes.
Always a plus.
Ugh. Looks like we tapped into a primitive sewer system.
More than looks like it.
Good news is, we're closing in on the construct, and probably more scars, but that's to be expected.
Sev, I want it noted that I'm literally walking through shit for you.
Noted. And into the frying pan.
That's not the expression.
Keep moving. Exit's above you.
Are we close?
Yes. Energy readings are climbing.
Sev, why would Skelos start a cataclysm?
I don't know, but it's not the first Skylight to try. At least they're small in this size. And considering their defenses, this place must mean something.
Zev, you forgot to mention the tank.
The tank's new.
It's also partly organic.
What?
Skilos isn't just the pilot. It and the tank are fused together.
It must have entombed itself to heal its wounds.
Cool theory. Can I still kill it?
Yes, it'll just be a more complicated endeavor. That's it, shields down. Give them hell.
That girl in the market, Serna, she seems like